Hey everybody, this is Angelo Villagomez with the Center for American Progress, here today with our third episode of Under the Pala Pala. I recently attended the National Diversity in STEM Conference in Puerto Rico and hosted a symposium on Indigenous-led conservation. For the symposium, we invited 6 speakers who are all native, but come from different worlds when it comes to conservation. I was there representing the Center for American Progress. Chief Anne was there from the Rappahannock Tribe. We had Joel from Native Americans and Philanthropy, Anthony Ritter from the University of Guam, Haley from the White House, and then Queen Quet from the Gullah Geechee Nation. And each of these speakers was invited to talk about how they bring their native identity to work that they do every day in conservation. So I hope you enjoy the episode.
I can speak this language as well for everybody here. But the thing about language, no matter what language you speak in, speak clearly of your community, your cultural heritage, and be proud to be indigenous to your land, because the strength is never a tree whose roots you can see above the ground. It's how deep that root system goes under and spreads out.
As a tribal leader, conservation is very utmost importance to me, because we're seeing development and land ownership are things that are destroying the land, destroying the rivers, and the things that we hold dear. Those value systems and the spiritual beliefs that we have as a tribal people are of utmost importance, that we are able to train our young people in those ways, in our life ways, in our survival mechanisms, to understand how the land is to be taken care of, and how our community is to be taken care of, and how our waters are to be taken care of. Because without those things, we don't exist as people.
We've been caretakers, we've been stewards of these lands and waters for thousands of years, for millennia. And we weren't the ones who caused the devastation and the disruption and the pollution. So we're slowly starting to get these governments to look at the tribes and indigenous peoples on how to correct, how to clean up, how to steward it properly.
The Pacific Islands carry 99.5% of the burden of protecting the oceans in this country. And these waters are the homelands of Native Hawaiians, Chamorros, Rafalawash, Marshallese, Winnipegans, American Samoans, many other Micronesian groups. But we don't always get the benefits coming to our shores. Our schools don't get the monies for research. Our local agencies don't get money for enforcement or research or community outreach. And that has to change. Indigenous peoples lay claim or own about 5% of the planet today, but 80% of nature is on our lands and in our waters. So we are the stewards of nature, and we carry the burden of protection proudly, but we need support. And we demand it. I do want to see the rest of the country catch up to the Pacific. Folks living on the East Coast, the West Coast, they deserve ocean protections too.
It goes back to one of the Chamorro values, and that is inafamalik. Inafamalik means to make it better. That's what it translates into. And so by bringing people together, we are respecting the land, and we're also doing inafamalik. It's a living expression of a value. It's no longer just in the books or words. It's real. And respect to, which means, it's a Spanish word that means respect, but it's not generally just respect. It's sort of a reverence. In the way that you would care for your grandmother or grandfather, it's the same thing. We care about the land in that way.
There is a growing voice in the scientific community that is pushing to make more space for communities to lead, to center community priorities, and redefine who and what kind of knowledge is seen as an expertise. I know that science and policy become more responsive and more grounded when it centers the lived realities and deeply considers the experiences of communities on the ground.
We're starting to see a little bit of hope, a little bit of ray of light, and we just have to keep pushing. It's like, this is the time now to really put the gas on and drive these demands straight up to the people of power.
You have to advocate in order to get anything done. The government's not going to say, oh, it's a great idea, let's go ahead and do that. They have their own agenda, but the grassroots people, they have their own agenda, and if they can come together around those agendas and fight for them, that is the way to get things changed.
I want all of you to bring your identity with you wherever you go. You are an ambassador for yourself, you are an ambassador for your people, and your education is your weapon. So take that education, reach for the stars, get jobs at the White House, become tribal chiefs, and go out there and change the world.
Your knowledge, you take it back home because it is going to make a difference.